Hello and welcome to Becoming the Sun with Jowita. I am your host and I am very excited about today's episode. It's going to be something entirely different. If you can't already tell, the vibe is a little bit more relaxed. My intention with this episode is to provide soothing, relaxing, cozy comfort. The remainder of this episode will be said in a soft whisper as I pull two cards from the Alana Fairchild Rumi Oracle, and I hope you enjoy it. Just obviously a word of caution, please ensure that you're not operating any heavy machinery or doing anything that requires your attention. This should be for relaxation purposes, and I hope you enjoy it. So let's get started. I'm going to start with shuffling this deck. Giving it a good shuffle and setting the intention that the two cards that I will be selecting will be of the highest truth and will help anyone that is listening who is going through anything. My intention is that these cards will serve as a guide as to the next steps that you can take in your life, or the next steps that you can take to resolve anything that you're going through. So let's get okay, so the cards that we got are the Cloak of Christ and the Impossible Made Possible. So let's start with the Cloak of Christ. In the school of humanity, when you become intimate with God, you reside on the King's throne and teach the angels the nature of the divine. Rumi. My sacred brother, he who shares my heart and yours, beating as one in harmony with great unending love, brings you the mantle of his protection. Do you imagine that there is any part of your life or your body, of your soul, that is outside the realm of his divine love and protection? Offer all to him, leaving nothing cast aside. He and I together receive you abundantly, without condition now. The compassion born out of our own struggles tempers the karmic weight of divine justice. We have been through the same journey you are taking now, sweet divine soul. In oneness with the divine heart, we know of your efforts and your struggles. So what is bestowed upon you now is the restoration of forgiveness, of kindness, of mercy. My sacred brother speaks to you. He shall receive your darkness and your light, the angel of your heart and the demon of your fear. Nothing is greater than my brother's love for you. Nothing is greater than my holy passion for you. Take refuge under the cloak of Christ, the mantle of my sacred brother, and know that you are held in our loving sanctuary. You are tired, beloved. Your soul has been ravaged inside and out, and you are succumbing to struggle that is not karmic or
or necessary, but a symptom of fatigue and weariness of heart, mind, body, and soul. That which plagues you, whether something specific or a general nagging malaise or anxiety you cannot quite pin down, is not as powerful as you fear. You are being given a grace here and now that it may be overcome. Remember, your actions are a symptom of your exhaustion and a sign that you need sanctuary and restoration. They are not a sign that something must be done so much as a sign that something must be received and allowed. That something is healing, made possible through divine protection. In this instance, protection is bestowed through the cloak of Christ. This cloak is a sacred container that places your body and soul within the loving energy of the Christ consciousness. This unconditionally loving energy is not limited to the being bearing its name, but is shared by Rumi and by many other holy ones. It is typified by wholeness. There is nothing within you that would cause the Christ to turn away from you, not even those parts of you that may fill you with fear, shame, guilt, or regret. He and Rumi are sacred brothers, loving and supportive of each other, and they see your soul as one of their family, one of their own. You are so loved by both of them equally, without measure. Can you allow yourself to take refuge in this knowledge, to feel it, not only as an idea, nourishing as that is, but as a visceral reality where you complete the sacred honoring ritual and allow yourself to feel the peace and receive healing? The knowledge of the Christ's unconditional love for you is a safe space, a place to fall into when you are struggling. It is a sacred container for your healing process, an energetic field that is stronger and more enduring than even the greatest fears or doubts. The purpose of this sacred container is to provide you with a feeling of being held, especially for those times you are feeling that you cannot hold yourself. Sometimes we just need permission to break down, to really let go, to come apart, and to be dissembled, so that we can break through, be lifted up, and come together in a new, more spiritually coherent and loving form to move forward. For you, this is essential. There is a person, place, thing, or belief that has come to be like a manacle around your wrist or an iron ball and leg iron, preventing you from moving forward with the grace you have earned spiritually. You are being empowered here to shed that. Do not hesitate. Let yourself be cloaked in the Christ energy and receive the spiritual assistance you deserve now. There is a reason for this. The unfolding of your life purpose is now taking a turn for the better, and your energy is required to fuel that new life. This is particularly so if you have also drawn an oracle of passion for purpose, or intuitively feel drawn to read the message of that card and complete its accompanying sacred honoring ritual. Just remember that whenever we are asked to release something, it is because the divine wishes to fill our hearts and hands with more. Do not hold on to scraps for fear that the feast will be denied to you. Use your nose. Smell the feast awaiting you. And this is the sacred honoring ritual. Open your arms wide, above your head and tip your gaze gently up towards the heavens. If you are inside, imagine or intend that you can gaze beyond the physical structure of the ceiling, right into the sky that lies above. Lower your arms to prayer position at your heart and say out loud, Rumi and Jesus Christ, who love me without condition, offer me the cloak of Christ, the mantle of divine protection, now that I may receive the karmic grace and healing I need through the power and mercy of your presence. Thank you. Sit quietly and imagine you are surrounded by a dark, comforting cloak. You can easily breathe through it. You can easily see light within it, or filtering it if it needs be. Or you may feel comfortable in the darkness. Let it be whatever is the most relaxing and soothing for you. You may even imagine it to be the night sky, dappled with stars wrapping around you. Close your eyes and relax now, for as long as it feels good. That may be for a minute, for 15 or 20 minutes or longer. Just be with what feels appropriate and best for you at this time. When you feel you are ready to arise from your rest, simply place your hands at your heart and say thank you. You may notice a strong, energetic sensation or emotions during this process or in the day following. You may notice repetitive thought patterns that you need to confront and challenge with more loving thoughts. You may have significant dreams in the evening following also. It may be very subtle for you, so much that you wonder if anything has happened and if it has worked. It has. The effect will be demonstrated at the right time. Trust. The next card I'm going to be reading is called The Impossible Made Possible. Love brings the sea into boiling and turns the mountain into a pebble. Love creates infinite openings in the dark sky and shudders the earth with its magnitude. Rumi. She spins, this great earth goddess, upon invisible strings, almost a wildly pulsating ballet of life. Stars are born, live and die all around her. Life moves in constant flux, and still she spins in her great, loving, constant pirouette. How can this be? All of creation is born from nothing. Out of endless silence and darkness, light emerges. What strange magic is this? The sun heats the solar system and burns with the power to destroy life, yet it is a force by which life is sustained. Surely this makes no sense and cannot be. We dance in the realm of impossible made possible constantly, you and I. We are engrossed in it, so familiar with it, and yet so blind to it, that these constant impossibilities happening in every moment fail to inspire us. Yet, what are your biggest, boldest, most extraordinarily impossible dreams compared to this great impossibility of life itself? Ah, they are but tiny seeds in the Creator's masterful hand, being now planted in the heavenly garden. Yes, they are being planted right now, for the moon tells us when the time is right. Most tenderly shall they be watched over, nurtured into fullness according to the season. Yes, that growth is assured. The impossible is now made possible. possible by our lack of imagination. The divine has recourse to all that is and all that is yet to be. Is there any limit to the resources of the heavens? No. So then, why has not every impossible dream now been rendered possible, indeed manifest in shining glory upon the earth? The human heart knows everything envisioned can manifest according to divine timing and grace. Yet the mind does quake with fear, so much so that it will not listen to the heart at times. That fear is a childlike nightmare. That should you offer yourself up to the sacred loving power of the great Creator, you might be found to be lacking. The mind holds itself captive with dark fantasies of that profound rejection and then avoids confronting it directly at all costs. It creates barriers instead, truly nothing more than lines in the sand, yet believed to be forts. But what strongholds can resist love? It is like water. It seeps into every available space and changes form to survive in every environmental condition. With unfailing intelligence, it creates life. From steam to ice, rainfall, the river and ocean, rain descending into snowflakes, snow capping at the peak, expressing itself with beauty and genius. It nestles under the earth and rises to the sky, only to return to the earth again. It will erode blockages and prevail, no matter how long that process takes. It carves the earth into shape and form. Where it is, there is life. Such is the adaptable intelligence and persistence of water, just as is the power of love. So now you are guided by this loving power to drop the doubt, shed and open up the mind. Allow your imagination to be inspired as though you are a child in the great garden, hearing the breath of the earth in the wind, whipped leaves, and the voices of the ancestors in birdsong. The universe wants something to happen for you, something beautiful, something utterly improbable, and something perfect for your path, your own unique divine destiny. Your mind will wonder if it is even possible. People around you may wonder the same thing, but your heart will burn for it to become real, to become more than a fantastic, improbable dream. You'll want it with all your soul. You may not even be consciously aware as yet what this great desire is, but your heart knows. It holds the secret knowledge, and it will unveil it when your mind can handle it. When your heart is much more powerful than your mind, you won't unintentionally block the incredible grace of manifestation, seeking to pour into your thirsty soul like the sweetest, purest waters of blessing. Here is the sacred honoring ritual. Place your hands very lightly at your throat. Say out loud, with Rumi, who loves me unconditionally as my witness, I now offer myself to the hands of the all-loving creative intelligence of this universe. I release all vows, intentions, or beliefs ever made, consciously or unconsciously in this lifetime, that are based in doubt and fear, holding back from creative fruition of my soul upon the earth. I dedicate myself to love and accept the gift of grace that brings me into greater fulfillment now. May I be blessed so I can surrender resistance and accept what is coming to me now for what it is, a gift of love. So focus on your breath for a moment or two as it flows in and out. When you are ready, place your hands in prayer and bow your head to your hands. You have completed your sacred honoring ritual. Thank you so much for listening. I hope you enjoyed this episode. I hope you are gentle with yourself for the remainder of the day. Thank you so much for being here, and have a beautiful day.